All right, thanks. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Fresher, cleaner water will be flowing from Green Bay to Pulaski. Very late on Tuesday night, the Green Bay Common Council approving the sale of water from Green Bay Water Utility to the Village of Pulaski. This agreement had already been unanimously approved by the Pulaski Village Board back in September, and it now makes Pulaski the latest municipality to tap into Green Bay water. And to talk more about this collaboration, we're joined by Nancy Quirk. She's the general manager of Green Bay Water, and Keith Chambers, who is the Pulaski Village Board president. So Nancy, let me start with you on this one. With adding on another municipality, you were already servicing Green Bay, Ashwaubenon, Wrightstown, Town of Scott, Hobart. Why should this not be a concern to your current customers?
This should not be a concern because we do have the capacity to provide additional water. And by having more customers and more revenue sources, we can spread the costs over more people, and we can keep our rates stabilized where we can keep our rates lower. And again, we are not a taxed utility. We take water rates to run our operations. So any additional customers help everyone because it stabilizes those rates.
Okay, more customers, less expense for the current customers, which is good news. Keith, we mentioned that the Village Board had approved this unanimously back in the fall, but how long has this been in the works for you guys, and how does it address this issue of quality and quantity that you've been dealing with?
Well, we've been talking about it, Chris, for a couple of years. Our water issues go back 2 decades or better. We are sitting on top of a high iron deposit. When we get the water out of the ground on the well, the deposits accumulate on the pipes on the solid surfaces. You don't see a thing until you get a bang in the system or a fire. Hydrant flushing, and then the water's cloudy. You have to run your water. The standard deal in town was they're glad they knew when we were flushing hydrants, they knew not to do their laundry at that time.
Okay. So you mentioned when this was announced that this will also help firefighting. How specifically does this help your firefighting issues?
We have a scenario worked out where we have a worst case scenario. We have a couple of big buildings, school and something else going at the same time. What do we need for water? Our engineers determined we needed 4,000 gallons a minute. We did not have the capacity to do that. But now with this system, when we turn the faucet on, we will have that capacity.
All right, and this agreement is not as simple as turning a switch or turning a faucet on. You guys hope to have this in place by 2025. Nancy, let's start with you. What on your end needs to happen to get this water flowing?
What we need to do is just be a great partner to the Village of Pulaski. We will help, some of the design of the pipeline. As a customer of Green Bay Water Utility, we help with some of the construction costs too. So we'll budget for that and help with that.
Keith, what are the costs for you guys to get ready to receive this water?
Well, our biggest cost is to pay for the construction, and that is being determined through our engineering firm, who are in the process of putting everything together. They will let bids, and when the bids come in, when they're ready to start, then we start paying for it.
How much of this changes or accelerates now that you get this? You had the vote on Tuesday night. You were hoping this would happen. Now it's official. What's transpired in the last 48 hours to get this ball rolling?
Talked to the engineering firm and said, let's get going. Let's we have a timeline to work out that gets us. And they were. I don't want to make it sound like they weren't going. But we have a timeline that says this happens now, this happens now, this happens now, so that construction can start in the winter of 2024. The backhoes can start digging and we start laying pipe from Hobart to Pulaski.
Nancy, one final question. You mentioned that you have the capacity to add more. So do you anticipate more municipalities coming on as this issue of clean drinking water in the state? We know how prominent and important that is. Do you anticipate more coming to Green Bay Water Utility?
Well, we certainly would welcome them. We have our filter plant currently can treat up to 42 million gallons of water a day. Our average day last year with with our existing 4 wholesale customers and our city was about 21 million gallons a day. So we have a capacity of doubling that. And with Pulaski, up to 1 million gallons a day is potentially as a maximum day, where they're more around the 330,000 gallons a day. We do have the capacity to add additional villages if they need to contact us.
Okay, so Pulaski, certainly the latest, but maybe not the last. Keith, Nancy, thank you so much.